How's it going, YouTube? Cody Bernardi here with another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be going over spinning up a Kali image in AWS. Now, I want to first preface this video by saying if you are brand new to Linux, honestly, do not follow this video. I would honestly suggest any new person into Linux to spin up a Ubuntu image, mainly because that Kali is it's a great tool for hacking, obviously, but it's very easy for a beginner to fall down various rabbit holes and kind of miss the core functions of Linux basic commands. It's very easy to skip that entire step and fall down various rabbit holes that aren't really structured for you to learn anything meaningful. You'll just spin up a Kali image, and next thing you know, you're trying to pop shells on things you find on Shodan, and you know, you could really things up doing that. So it's not good. So you can follow this tutorial, but instead of searching for Kali, you just select Ubuntu and everything else is pretty much the same. Or you could just watch this video entirely, spin up a Kali image, and still do Ubuntu things, because again, Kali is just Ubuntu with a bunch of shit installed on it. So without further ado, let's get into the videos. First thing you want to do is go to aws.amazon.com. I believe you can just use the same Amazon account you use to purchase things online, but if you can't log in with your normal Amazon email, go ahead and create an account. So we will go to the AWS Management Console, and once we're here, this is kind of the console interface. And I'll just briefly go over the services. So there's a ton of services in AWS, but the one we're going to be focusing on is EC2. It's on the top left, Elastic Cloud Compute. Now, before you could do any of this, you want to make sure you have a credit card or debit card on file. If you don't have a debit or credit card, please ask mom and dad. So anyways, let's go ahead and right here where it says launch instance, we'll go ahead and click launch instant. Now, the first thing you see right here is a bunch of different images: Amazon Linux, Red Hat Enterprise, Ubuntu Server, Windows Server. What we're going to go to is AWS Marketplace on the side right here and type in Kali and hit enter, and right there, Kali Linux, and it'll take us to the different I guess instances. So think of this as like different computers that you can use. So the T2 Micro is the one we're going to be using right here, but it gives us the specs. So we'll just use the free tier eligible. Configure instance details. So if you want to spin up a couple machines, you can type in however many you want. You'll get a different IP address for each of them, and everything else is just going to be default for what we need to use it for. Add storage. It'll tell us 25, but we get 30. SSD storage, delete on termination, of course. Tags, configure security groups. So this is kind of the access controls. So we're going to have inbound rules for SSH, review and launch, and we'll just look at everything. So hourly software fees, $0 an hour because it's T2 or it's free tier eligible. And then you pay for resources used like network bandwidth and such like that. Go ahead and hit launch. And then this is where it can get a little confusing for people. So the key pair is what you're going to use to authenticate to the machine. So instead of a password, it's a little bit more secure. You have an entire key involved with it, private key. So to SSH into a machine, you can either use PuTTY or the command line. So we're going to go ahead and select the key pair that I already have of yes, check the box, and launch instance. And once that's done, you go ahead and click on this instance ID right here. Basic overview of the state of everything. So gives us the DNS name, the IP address, the security group that we made. But in this case, the instance state is still pending, so we can't SSH into it quite yet. But we'll go ahead and copy the IP address that we have right there, and we are good to go. So we'll come over here and we will type in SSH -I, which is the key. I guess we're logging in with a key. And we will specify the key that we just downloaded, so it's a PEM. And then the login is EC2-user at, and then the IP address. Sometimes it loads up real quick, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. So now we get the pop-up saying, are you sure you want to continue? It's basically storing the ECDSA key fingerprint on your local machine. So type in yes. And just like that, we are now in our EC2 instance. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the thumbs up button. hit the subscribe button, share this with 1 million of your friends. You know, if 1 million people watched my videos, I will say it'd be pretty cool if 1 million people saw my videos. It'd help out a lot with view count. You all have a fine and dandy day. Thank you.